and as you can see, the sheep graze in the field as they prepare for lambing.
Well, as you can see, this lawn has had way too much weed killer on it.
The ball is struck with such immense force that it gave the goalkeeper absolutely no chance.
Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News with your host, Dylan Goodman.
Good evening. National panic as bird flu hits France. Tony Blair denies corruption in the Labour Party. But first, big-time movie director Jake Green has come to the local village of Northorpe to begin filming the season finale for A Touch of Cold, in which local actor Stephen Stonewell is being sensationally written off. We're lucky enough to have our reporter Jayne Carter on the set right now to capture our local hero's final hour. What can you tell us, Jayne?
That's right, Dylan. I'm here on set where in a couple of minutes' time, actor Stephen Stonewell will be filming his final ever scene for A Touch of Cold before completing his controversial move from POO to WNK. And after uproar from fans, it is clear that not everybody is happy with this decision. I'll be here throughout the day hoping to catch a word with the main man himself and keeping you up to date with the entire goings-on. Back to you.
Cut. What the hell's that, Steve? An 8-year-old can play dead better than that. We'll go again after lunch.
Come on, Steve, don't listen to what he says. Steve, are you going to buy me lunch? Steve?
Where the hell have you been? You won't believe what's just happened. What's that? We're live now? Okay, here we are on the set of A Touch of Cold, where it's just been confirmed that actor Stephen Stonewell has tragically died on set. Oh, excuse me, sir. Can you tell me anything about what's just happened?
Well, I was on my way to work when the battery in my car went flat and it died on the middle of the motorway. As of yet, we have no leads, but we shall be looking into it.
No, I meant about the murder.
Why, murder's the matter, slaughter's the matter, killing's the matter. But I can't tell you all the perpendiculars at this time, thank you.
So you're saying that he has been murdered?
Yes. I mean, no.
So who was it?
Well, how do I know it wasn't you? It's not unknown for the reporter to be the murderer at all, actually. I was watching Scream 3 the other day and the reporter murdered the victim. It's quite a cover story and quite convincing. I really shan't be beaten.
Making sure that you beat it to death by giving it a good whisk. World mourns as local actor dies. Tragically, earlier today, actor and fanatical naturist Stephen Stonewell was suspiciously murdered on the set of a television studio whilst filming his final scenes for A Touch of Cold. The area's divorced ladies charity is already campaigning for a statue of him to be erected in the local park. After Stonewell's notorious move from POO to WNK, everyone is a suspect. Here's what some of the witnesses had to say.
I heard a bang and couldn't believe it actually happened.
Everyone was screaming and panicking. It was horrible. Get off me hand!
Well, I was just having me brew and all hell let loose. My bloody digestive broke off to the bottom. It were ruined.
Well, I just think the whole thing stinks. When I were a lad, I gave respect to my elders, but obviously times have now changed. I mean, what? Stephen Stonewell's dead?
So, why did you kill him?
Well, it wasn't me, you know. I mean, yeah, I was holding a gun, but I was just using what I was given.
Likely story. You people stricken me. After Stephen accidentally ran over your adopted turtle, you wanted revenge. That turtle was your life and he took it from you. You were crushed. And not unlike your aforesaid and mentioned turtle, you wanted to crush him. Admit it, you had a crush on him. I mean, you wanted him crushed.
Look, if you want to find the murderer, you're better off asking Pedro, the prop guy. He's the one that gave me the gun.
Who said anything about a gun?
Well, the one Pedro gave me. You know, the one I shot him with.
So you admit it, you did shoot him. I knew all along. Mother always said, follow your heart and go with what's right. And she was right, apart from that one time in Soho in the 80s. We all remember that.
Look, forget this and just go find Pedro.
Maybe I'll do just that.
Job's done. Meet me here soon, yeah?
Ah, Pedro, you're just the token funny man I've been looking for. I need to ask you a few questions in conjunctivitis with the murder.
We'll go ahead. I've got nothing to hide.
Well, you're the person we believe switched the gun in order to kill Stephen Stonewell and conveniently pass the blame on to the stupid extra who held the gun. You've been in prison for murder before. Did you really think you'd get away with it again?
What? No, I haven't.
Well, that's what my sources tell me.
Well, I was arrested when I was 13, but that was just for petty theft.
Either way, a crime's a crime. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you did put the gun on set?
Well, yeah, of course I did. That's my job. But I placed the prop gun on set at 10 a.m. But filming didn't start till 11 a.m. So the gun must have been switched sometime in that hour. I don't know who it could have been. The people around then was just the director and Stephen's wife.
A couple of people aren't really. Take that away. Yeah.
And you'll be pleased to know that Mrs. Tweedy's lonely kitten eventually did find his hat. Finally tonight, Yorkshire Police have several suspects with whom they are questioning in the Stephen Stonewell murder case, but at this moment in time have made no arrest. We believe there is currently a search on for Stephen's wife Liza. If anybody knows of her whereabouts, then please contact the Yorkshire Police. Now, if you want to catch up with all of today's football news, then make sure you stay tuned to Game of the Day. And remember, kids, don't take drugs and study hard. Good night.
Good evening and welcome to this weekend's Game of the Day with me, Philippa Hole.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Get ready to rumble!
We've got a really exciting show for you this week, including all the goals from this weekend's league action. But on a serious note, we'd like to pay our respects to the family of besotted Accrington Stanley, Stephen Stonewell, who died tragically this afternoon. In 18 years, he never missed an away game, and he could always be seen in the VIP lounge surrounded by lots of lovely young ladies. What are your thoughts on his death then, Mark?
Go, Steve.
Well, as you can see, the cameraman's picked out Steve, sat in his chair, and by the look on his face, he's clearly petrified by the pace of this attack. If you ask me, it's clearly a case of being caught flat-footed, and if he'd have been on his toes, he could have easily have dipped his shoulder and gone left or right. But because he didn't, it was game over and an early bath for our Stevie boy. He won't be going to the World Cup with performances like that.
Now, Liza, I can understand the pain you're going through. I mean, I lost my hamster a few weekends ago, and a death in the family can be really traumatic. But you must understate that I am simply doing my job. Why did you murder your husband?
What? It wasn't me. How dare you?
Well, where were you this morning at the time of the murder?
I was at work.
Answer me this then. If you were indeed at work at 11:15 a.m, how did you get to the studio appropriately 10 minutes later? From where you're coming from, even on a good day, it takes at least 20 minutes. The sums just don't add up.
Oh, you're telling me. You're putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5.
Well, aren't you the funny one? How did you even know Stephen was dead?
Well, Jake Green let me know. He phoned me just after the murder.